Welcome to Voices of Reality. I'm Farah and this is
Elisa.
We will be digging in and talking all the tea about basketball wives. But before we start, just remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Continue to subscribe for more great videos. So let's get into this episode. My opinion is, meh.
Again.
This episode again, when is Basketball Wives going to pick up to where I'm going to want to watch it? Right now, I'm watching it for you viewers so we could recap.
Yes.
There's nothing that's keeping me entertained
I'm
here.
watching it in anticipation of something happening. You know, like when you watching to see like when that peak moment happens. So I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting for Malaysia and Brandi to settle their beef and either work it out and just have some type of resolution, because I don't think we delved into that yet. And maybe something's coming, but it doesn't even look like it. Like I didn't see even in the upcoming episodes, like, are we ever going to figure out, like, are they going to be friends or not?
I think it's like they got us going with the Malaysia and Brandi. And then that kind of just died down where they're in the same room, but they don't even talk to each other. And I think they got us intrigued, interested on what's to come. And then it just
dragging us along.
Yeah, like the first episode, like, oh, second episode, oh, everybody, third and fourth is like, nobody cares about what's going on.
And nothing happened. Like the end of the series of that season, like, oh, okay, they didn't even talk, nothing happened.
There's certain little things that's happening, nothing major, but again, we're doing a video. Like, comment, subscribe. So one interesting aspect of the season, which happens to a lot of women, working mothers, is Duffy's decision on whether to continue DJing or giving up this career for her newfound family. So my take on it, being a working mother, is a couple of things. One, she's not married to this man, correct?
She's not. That's a shame. I mean, I guess.
I thought that was her boyfriend.
No, I'm thinking if you're right, like I never even thought about it. Like I always assumed like they are together. He's asking her not to work. Like to me, that would be a husband request.
Comment below. I don't know if they're married or not, but if they're not married, that makes it even worse.
He got some nerve if they're not married.
I don't think they're married, but let's just say they're not. He's asking her to quit her job to be a full-time mom to this child. Now, how I see it in two ways. One, Duffy's job as a DJ is not what you would consider, I won't say it's not a job, but would consider an ideal job for a mother. It's long hours, it's night hours, it's club life. So
and you're away.
Yeah, and her daughter's one, maybe a couple of months, whatever how old she is. The father now, and he's a basketball agent, he would be the one to kind of pick up that slack at night or getting a living nanny. So I can understand his take, but I also understand her take as an independent woman. Like she said in that episode, like she's always known to making her own money and being independent to where she's not thinking about producing and being like the female DJ Khaled. That makes more sense because that is something you could do at home. Build a studio, have all the people, rappers and whomever entertainers come to your house and you are still with your child. But her career choice when you have such a young child, to me, and again, this is to me, is not ideal because again, you're traveling, you bring this baby to all of these travels. No, you're not. You're going on tours. It's late at night. That is not the lifestyle for a young child. Then you leave your man at home.
That part.
For long periods of time at night, and you might have a living nanny. Think about that. Think about that, David.
I don't know. I feel like a part of me feels like she should do it on, like, even though her kid is small. Like, to me, I get it. The kid is small, but is the kid gonna really remember, like, mommy? I think her idea in the ideal situation would be to maybe within the first 5-6 years, that kid is not going to remember a lot. I don't think
that is pivotal moments of bonding with the child.
That's true.
Those are pivotal moments. See, now, if she said my kids are 12 and 16. If I leave and I have a type of job like that, they independent, they doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And
true.
it's a girl. It's a girl too. It's a little girl. So you at that point, I don't know if she has a support team. This is your first child, this is a little girl. And again, you think of the career choice. You are a DJ. These are long hours at night. You're coming at 2, 3, 4 o'clock when the club shuts down, 4 o'clock in the morning. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes these clubs is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's a lot going on. And I'm not saying she's not capable.
I think her idea is, to me, like speaking from a person that doesn't have kids, I think her idea is, on the outside looking in, is I'm going to, because she made the reference about DJ Khaled, that she wants to be the next Khaled. Like, so
that's fine.
I think her thing is like, I'm going to build that foundation at this stage. And then the next stage of my daughter's life is I will be able to chill with her at the age of 6, 7, 8, 9 and on. So I think at this time she wants to be able to build, create a name for herself, and then, just sit and lamp afterwards with the money and the fame that she's going to attain within those years. So, and then a part of me also thinks like, there are working mothers that do both, and they still have a normal child, a still great upbringing, that she's probably feeling like she's going to be able to make up for lost time.
Correct. But the way, and again, I'm not a DJ, the way to build that is to constantly be working. Going to the club parties, get your name out there, touring with French Montana, do all that stuff. It can't be, I'm going to just do this every Saturday. I'm going to do this every Friday. It's going to have to be grinding constantly. So if she's willing to do it, she just has to think of certain consequences. This is how I see it. I think him telling her, you should quit your passion is wrong. I think maybe it should be like, okay, if this is what you want to do, let's figure out a way to do it. Let's see if you could, maybe every other weekend party. I don't know. They need to.
But I don't think there is a way, because I think his main problem is her DJing for what's his name?
French Montana?
Yeah. And when she DJs for him, he's on tour. Like, I don't think she DJs. I mean, she probably does DJ like regularly in a club, whatever. But I think the big part of that DJing and why she's attached to French Montana is she goes on tour with him for months at a time. So I think that's the big deal that he's having an issue with. Is the tour. I don't think there is an in between, like you said, to work it out. I don't think there is an in between. That's what's giving her name and the fame that she's looking for, is working with French Montana. I think that's it. Like, I don't think there is another option.
Well, if that's the issue, I'm sorry, I might be on his side more, because having a newborn and you going on tour for months, when are you going to see this child?
After you build up in 5 years.
So you're not going to be around for this child for 5 years?
I think that's the way she's thinking. Like, she's not going to be around, and she's going to be around.
Why have the kid? You want to put your career first. That's what I'm saying. At this point, why have the kid? You're like, I'm having this kid. I want to build my career, but here, boyfriend or whatever, take my kid for whatever 5 years. No, then at that point, I'm co-signing with.
I don't know, but men do it all the time. So it's like what about if they're in the NBA and have careers like that, and the woman is stuck being the primary parent? So exactly. I just think
But these women are in agreement with it. That's another thing. These women are expecting this, agreeing. I don't know the whole story, if they discussed it before she was pregnant. Is it now that they're making this decision? Again, as mothers, we're the one who's expected to stay home and take care of the child. But either way, it's bad. I mean, a guy in the NBA, it's also bad, but they'll have off seasons. There are times, sometimes the parents go with the kids. I mean, there's different ways of working. And maybe you could do the same thing if they want to take the kid on the road with them. So be it. If he wants to go on tour and take the kid.
And I think that's how they should work it out. Something like that. Like, maybe they can meet up. Maybe when she's on tour, they can still be together. That still will be a lot for the kid, at a young age like that. Is like you said, it's a very important stage in their lives. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think it could be about like later on. Like, what if this French Montana might not be like he's gonna be older. You know, you can fall off the map like that. So it's just like it's either now or never. I know she's looking at it like that because that's how I would look at it. Like once she says no, and then she's like a washed up DJ in 5 years, she's gonna resent that. You know. She could, you know, hopefully she's not working in Starbucks or McDonald's in a couple of years, but you never know what could happen in a couple of years where you looking back on this and being like, dag, he crushed my dreams. And then the resentment happens with him from there.
Well, they need to decide that, but that was at least something I was interested in seeing what they're going to decide. You know, they had the scene of Angel and her son. That was really sad.
I was bored with that scene. You're not bored. You are so biased with these kids, with these mothers and sons. You always interested in the mothers with the sons and the mothers with daughters. You don't be interested in.
No, I am. Who has daughters?
Kenya and Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, but I don't like Kenya. I don't like her personality. Even if she had a boy, I wouldn't. Brooklyn is so cute. I don't like her personality. I think she's a great mother. I don't like the way her personality.
Okay, so what was sad about the Angel Brinks situation and the kid? I was not enthused with it, but what?
I was sad. But first of all, I've watched the show when they played back the scene. I remember she had the conversation with the little boy and he cried about his father.
I have something I want to talk to you about. When we went shopping the other day, and the guy was talking to me when he asked you about your father.
Well, I don't know how to say it like he died. I don't like to say that.
Oh, don't cry. You don't have a father.
So this particular boy, it's the father who committed suicide. That little boy's father committed suicide. So Angel's married to his father, right? And he committed suicide. So it was what started out, you know, was the conversation she was having with kind of like letting him give up his room. And so for the baby, I told y'all when she showed him the guest room, I was like, dang, he don't want the guest room. If I was me, I'd be like, Deuce's mom, I'm moving to the guest room. But as they went further into the scene, the real reason he didn't want to get the guest house is because he really wanted to be close to his mom.
Look at this, your own space. Look, 2 bedrooms, you got a gym in here, you can work out every day. You got your own view. I mean, look at this. You know, there's nothing I don't do for you. Like, you got your own basketball court with your name on it, you know? I want the best for you. You know, I'm just kind of in a tight spot because I don't know exactly where to put the baby. And I want you to know that even when I do have the baby, like, I'm going to do my best to, you know, divide my time up with you, your sister, you know, your new brother, you know, work and everything.
Are you sure? Because I don't want you to, you know, be focusing on everybody else and not me. You know, I don't want to feel like that. I'm just saying, with Amani when she was first born, that's just what I felt like.
Really?
Yeah, put more time on her. You know, and I feel like I wasn't. You were putting time on me sometimes, and you know, it's just get to me.
You know, I know it's been
I wanted to spend more time with her. And I think a lot of it, what made me like, oh my God, that's so sweet, because my kids now don't care about spending time with me. They're older. I mean, they're 16 and 12. They're not, for them, they'll be like, a gas house, woohoo. Yeah. But not be like, Mom, I want to stay in the room to be close to you. They're not at that age. So I think that was where I was connected. Like, oh my God, this boy's so sweet. He wants to spend time with his mom. With my kids, I'm begging them, like, you want to spend time with me, please. So seeing that was like, oh my God, there are boys out there that want to spend time with their mother. But the fact that he said that shows how great of a mother she is. And the lack of, and what he's lacking is that, you know, his father. So and what was also sad is her crying, because she sees that she does everything possible to fill that void, but that void is still there. And what also made me like, oh my God, that's so sweet, when she said, okay, you know what, keep your room. Because I would have done that. Like, okay, this is really affecting him. I'm showing him all this lavish guest house. He still doesn't want it. So it's a very nice sentimental moment for a mother and a son. And if it was a daughter, I felt the same way.
Okay. But I like getting mushy with these sons and the mothers.
I'm going to connect quicker when there's a mother and son, because I have two boys. But I like Angel. The thing is, I like Angel. I think she's a great mom. I think everything she's doing is for her kids.
Yeah.
And it was just a sad moment because when they showed the scene back, I remember when I saw that scene, I got teary-eyed about the little boy crying about his dad suicide.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it is sad to think. No, I'm not even. I was a little bored, but I did, like you said, when they showed the scene, when they went back, I forgot about that scene, but I didn't get teary-eyed or anything. No.
So when I saw it, my first thing was like, oh my God, I hope Rockstar's not a jerk because he's now in these kids' lives.
Yeah.
And if he's as much as a jerk as he appears to be, this might eventually affect them.
Yeah. The father, another guy, like, dipping out, even though it's not suicide, but it's like still abandonment issues.
And he might be the first male who's actually been part of their lives since his father passed away. So just like seeing that, I was like, oh, Angel's such a great mom. She really, I mean, from what I see,
yeah,
she is.
It's just the rock star situation is not looking good for me. It's not looking good to me. Like, if you with the friendship ring and all of that stuff, like it's just not.
Did she even have the baby yet?
I know. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on like social media. I don't follow her or anything, so I'm not sure. But I haven't heard anything on the Basketball Wives social media page.
Yeah, I looked. I didn't see anything whether she had the baby or not. And then they had Jackie on her podcast. I thought
that was a nice situation. I thought it turned out really nice.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna go left. What I didn't like was Brandi. When Malaysia
crying, that part. Did you remember when she was crying about Malaysia again?
Well, not that part. She misses the friendship, but she's trying to act hard like she don't. It seems like she misses Malaysia more than Malaysia misses her.
Absolutely.
But and again, she probably misses Malaysia more because she did Malaysia wrong.
She don't think so. She's like adamant about, I didn't do nothing when Jackie tried to talk to her and she said to her, like,
yes,
Malaysia feels you did her wrong. You did her. No, I didn't do nothing wrong to her. I didn't do nothing.
Well, again, none of them. Malaysia said what the issue was. Brandi never agreed or disagreed, so we still don't know. But what I didn't like is she's nitpicking everything. When Malaysia walked in, yes, she was late. Brandi's
oh, hey, Malaysia. Hey, Mama. Hi, Mila. Hi, baby. Oh, you look so pretty. Come on, it's your seat. Oh, all right, sweet. Showing up late. This is just typical. And it's just like, Malaysia, get your together. Malaysia.
Brandi's, she got to get it together. Why don't she get it together? Why is that your business? That's not
She's
your podcast.
Like a scorned woman or something. Like how a man like deads a woman.
I'm like, she's not. It's not. I was like, it's not your podcast. Jackie didn't even care Malaysia saying, Jackie would have been like, you're late and all this stuff. You don't know if she texts Jackie like, oh, something happened with my kids. I'm not gonna be able to make it on time. And Jackie was like, okay. Why when Malaysia came in, you're nitpicking about her being late? Like, why do you even care?
She's obsessed with Malaysia. I think she's obsessed with her. Like she just won't. I know she feels some kind of way that they're not speaking, and she does not want to let that friendship go. I think she really is sad about it. Even the time that she's crying and nitpicking at her, she's missing her a lot, and she wants to fix it.
Yeah, she definitely misses her a lot. The podcast was nice. They all talked about their stories as being basketball wives, blah, 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 blah. Same typical story.
I thought that with Jackie being like the host of it, I thought that was going to be a messy, sloppy situation. And it ended up being like really nice and how they were all transparent about their situation and willing to do Jackie's podcast.
Yeah, and share information. It was really nice. Again, it was like, same thing. Married and Natalie, he cheated on me. I'm getting over it. Nothing surprising happened. I was waiting to hear someone of them got abused or something a little bit more in depth. It's the same story. You dated Natalie, he was cheating. Everybody had the same story. And what I failed to understand with these women is you should expect this.
Yeah, I think they know. I think that's why they. Yeah, I think that's why they say people don't know how hard it is to deal with them. I'm sure that's the main issue when they say it's so hard dealing with an NBA player. Besides the traveling and stuff like that and being away, I'm sure it's the fanfare that they get once they get drafted. Like that gotta be the number one like hardship about being married or being with an NBA player.
Yeah, but they know they're gonna cheat. So I don't understand. Like you're going into this relationship knowing most likely he's gonna cheat. I don't know what the issue is. Is it because they think, oh, I mean, it seems like Jackie's husband hasn't cheated on her. I don't know, but there's nothing going on about Doug in the media. So I'm not gonna say all of them cheat. I'm not gonna say all because it's not all cheating. But when you are dating an NBA player, you have a high percentage rate of him cheating. So when he cheats, these women are acting like, oh my God, I can't believe he cheated on me, because these guys are selling the same story about them going to eventually be faithful. They are away from you for long hours. There's fans, there's the cheerleaders, there's women on deck 24/7 when they're away. So it's one of those situations you need to know he's cheating, but hopefully he's being respectful and don't get nobody pregnant. Hell, Carmelo Anthony cheated on Lala. So at this point, and we thought they were like an ideal couple, right? So when I hear these stories of them sobbing of these men cheating, what do you expect? You're dating an NBA player. Like, hello. What makes you so
I think most women, though, they always have hopes. Like, I think there's a lot of jobs, though, where, like, I had a girlfriend and she would be pissed like about, when her husband was looking for a job when he was really young, and he was, how you 18, 19, 20, that's when you start getting into a career. And I remember her just regulating, like, I don't want you being a bus driver. I don't want you doing this. I don't want you doing that. Like, because those are the type of jobs where you're on the job a lot and you're meeting a lot of women. So I just think like they don't know.
Insecurities, obviously. She's insecure because any job you're gonna see women.
But I think there's a high percentage but there's a high percentage of more women you meet when you're like bartending and when you're like a bus driver. It is a better chance of you meeting women that's gonna always get on the same, like as opposed to somebody who's working in the office. Like you're seeing the same people every day. When you're a bus driver, you're going to have these women getting on the bus. Because I've dated bus drivers. I was one of those young ones that would be riding over and over and over on his bus routes all the time. Every time he was on the bus, I was on the bus with him. So not that he was married or anything, but I'm just saying I know how it goes. Like I dated a lot of bus drivers. I dated cops. And that is that's the job career where it's a high percentage of women you're going to be in contact with. So I mean, I don't get it because I don't know. Once you, I just don't think you really know until you in the situation. Like you don't know, like they're not thinking. Like when I listen to it and I see the books and stuff that are being written by these basketball wives and even the celebrities, like the singers and stuff, like women literally are parked outside their hotels before they even come to the hotel. They at their rooms waiting at the door. Like, I just don't think women think about that when they're getting into it. You're not thinking about women are really sleeping at the hotel waiting for you to walk in after the game. Waiting in your room.
Why wouldn't they think of that? They don't think about they're dumb. These are things you should be thinking about.
I just don't think you think about all aspects of it. I think you in it like you so happy they got drafted. I'm becoming a millionaire. You're lavishing in all the luxury. Like I'm sure that's in the back of their head, but you still having hope that this is all a dream come true. God has blessed you.
A lot of times it's because if you were with them when they were struggling and trying to make it, you feel I was there with this person when he had nothing. Now we made it because I helped you get to where you are. I was helping you with your coaches. I was up late with you at night. I was massaging your feet after all your training. I get it. So that's the hope and that's aspiration of he's going to be faithful to me because I was there from the beginning when he had nothing. Yeah. I get it, but they're still going to cheat on you. But but you
don't realize how thirsty these women are. Like you thinking.
Exactly. But some of these people, women are dating these athletes already established. Now when they knew them since high school and college, they already dated big. And now you like the one that was there, I don't know her name, the troublemaker chick that's like she's not even part of the cast, the one that had said she was eating wedlock food. She seems like the types that like to date athletes. She looks like she's probably a gold digger. She's young, she's a fan, she's a groupie. That's what she likes to date, because when she talked about her past relationships with athletes, and Jackie said, would you still continue to date them? She said yes. So you haven't learned your lesson. So you after a man that has money that you're hoping to that would wed you and eventually for you to have a baby, and then you feel like your life is set for the rest of your life. But again, the podcast to me was like the same story over and over about the man cheating on them. Get over it. It's bound to happen. That's how I see it.
Like you said, you should know, but I do think that it's just like in a normal relationship. Like that's just another level to it. Like these men really be feeding you a lot of dreams. So, I mean, I kind of sympathize with them because I just think like,
I do not.
I sympathize with them because I still think like a lot of these women have hope. I think I see it as being a regular woman too when you in a relationship. Like you really, these men and women, I'm not going to just say men, you know, they cheat, and it's like sometimes you have hope, like you really do. Like no matter how famous you are or non-famous, like and you have hope and dreams of like making it with this man and feeling blessed, and then they just disappoint you when they doing, because I just think they be feeding you a dream. You know, I'm very selective. So, you know, I just see through a lot of my friends and stuff like that who have gotten repeatedly cheated on, and they're not with NBA players.
But
and I just feel
point.
like I have a guy friend of mine and he stay like the way he treats these women so good. Like, and the way he has like 20 of them, but he makes each, not 20, I can say like maybe 5, but he's on Facebook dating, this site. He's on so many sites and he meets so many different women, even on the outside, but he makes every one of them feel special. Like, so they all really believe that they're the only one. And I just believe that they have this hope. And then when they find out, I don't even think he tells them like, listen, you're the only one. But I just think they have the hope because how special he makes each one of them feel, like they're the only girl in the world. So it's like a ton of bricks come down on you when you realize you're really not. Like he's really spending, like I'm not the only girl in the world that he's making me feel like. So I just think that's the part that I empathize with, because I know how these men just manipulate.
Yeah, I would empathize with them if they were dating regular guys in regular relationships. You're dating an athlete. That is part of what happens when you date them.
That's true. I still think they still.
If they're talking about like, oh, I was dating a regular guy, and he did this, I may have sympathy. But you're talking about dating an athlete. Like, what makes you think he's gonna be faithful?
Yeah.
It's like dating an actor. That's like one of those things. Anybody in the spotlight, the likelihood of them being faithful is not that high. That's how I feel. It's just my opinion. Comment, let me know how you feel about it. But that's how I feel. So I didn't sympathize with any of them. I did not. I said, you put yourself in a situation. If I were to start dating an athlete, in my head, I'm like, Farrah, you know this man's going to cheat. It's whether I am going to accept it or not. And I'm not going to accept it, so I wouldn't be with an athlete. Now, if I'm dating a regular guy, my expectations are higher of him not cheating. Number one, you ain't got the money. Number two, you're not gonna have groupies all over the place. Number three, people are not gonna be throwing their bodies at you constantly all the time, even though you're good looking. Like there's a lot of situations a regular guy is not gonna be thrown into. You might have temptations here and there, but it's not gonna be temptation like an athlete or a superstar. So that's how I feel about the whole thing. So that podcast was really good. But again, I wanted to really fast forward. Like, okay, you guys are crying. Oh, boo-hoo, we cheat. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
And we're in the Bachelor Wives Club and we're all in it together. Like, so, I mean.
Yeah, just accept your man is cheating. Get over it. And just enjoy
the luxury of it all. Because I think that's what they do. I think that's what's keeping them there is the lavish lifestyle.
Yeah. Then they
and a lot of them don't even get the lavish lifestyle. They get semi like the upgrade from housing.
A lot of them don't. Then they had a scene with Brandi and British, and what was she talking about? Brandi telling
British with the baby's father and.
So she loves him, and she could tell that British really loves the guy because every time she talks about him, her face lights up.
Yeah, and then no, the part about when she called him and discussed
that was
about
after.
yeah.
She called, and because his current girlfriends posted her daughter on Instagram, on social media, that was totally wrong. And I don't like the way that he responded to it. He made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. That is wrong. You shouldn't be posting nobody's kid on social media. It's different if it was a picture of him or her and a kid, but I don't know how. It seems like when British called him, it was just the daughter she posted.
If the father is allowing it, I can see me, like, I think because you're speaking from the perspective of someone who has kids. I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who doesn't have kids and is dates and who's been with, who's had men who have kids. And when you're with them, like, you might be like, I know I'm a playful type of person. Like, I got so many pictures of kids in my phone because they just so fascinated about taking pictures. Like, so to me, I don't think it's the thing. Like, I don't know if I would post up. I'm not a person that posts up kids on my feed anyway. But I don't know if I thought that was cute. I don't know if I would think about, the mother may see this picture. And then especially if the father's there and I'm joking around with the kid and we all joking around together and we taking pictures. And then I don't know.
Why would you post? Like, I agree with her. Why would you post? First of all, she's just dating the guy. It doesn't seem like they would been in a long relationship. It's not like British said. I've never met her. You're taking a picture of my daughter and you're posting it. Regardless, I'm not saying British is that famous anyway. But again, people know who she is. She may not want people to have a kid on social media. Who knows? And nowadays how people are cruel when it comes to social media. But the whole point is that is her kid. She doesn't want her kid to be posted. He should respect that.
I think he should. Yes, I do think that he should regulate that if that's what she's asking.
So with me having 2 kids, if let's say one of my exes would have a girlfriend post my sons on social media, it wouldn't bother me. Like, oh, whatever, you post my kid, whatever, I don't care. But again, it bothered British.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and he should respect that.
He should respect it. That was my thing. He didn't seem like he respected, but he's like, oh, she took it off. She took it off.
And then he was like, you're not going to regulate my house. That's the part, like you said, he's not respecting her wishes. That's not your house where I'm regulating. I'm regulating my kid. Like you said, I don't think that should bother her. Like, it's, it's not like she's doing like, in a compromising position. She don't have the kid doing something inappropriate. Like, to me, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, that's your life when the kid is over there. But if that's what she wants, respect it. And he should, be receptive to that.
Correct. So again, his reaction to what she said did not go well. And I mean, the last scene was kind of like troubling when Brandi called the executive producer. She got to rush to the hospital because she has cancer. I don't think she does because I think we would have heard about it in social media.
Do you think so? You don't think she does? Because she had it before.
So when she first came on the show, she really talked about her experience with ovarian cancer, how supportive her husband is. And I think that's one of the main reasons why she's still with him, because of the support. And she said that to British when her and British are talking. And she always said people are judging me because I stay with my husband. But he was my biggest supporter during that time. So during a time like that, that is traumatic. And having someone support you in the way that he apparently did is major. But again, with this scene with her calling a doctor, the executive producer, I have to go to the hospital, they think it's cancer. I was just like, oh, okay. Like,
I felt bad, but I'm like, it's like an emergency. Like, you gotta like get to the hospital right now. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how that, like, to me, it just sounds dramatic.
Yeah, like, what wrong? Why? What happened? Like,
an emergency? Doesn't she got to fly? Like, aren't they in LA now? And she's saying that the doctor called her in Detroit. So that means like he's saying, it was like in Detroit, I think. Isn't she from Detroit? I don't remember
saying anything. Detroit said my doctor called me. I have to go to the hospital now.
But then they did show the next episode where I think it is she's gonna have to have a hysterectomy. And like you said, I think that was a serious nature of it. It just seemed like it was preventative. Like it wasn't like,
oh, they probably did see something, but then that means she can't have any more kids. Because remember, there was a time she was trying to have another child. She only has one son.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was trying to have more kids, but because of the ovarian cancer, that was conflicting with her having more children.
Yeah.
So if I don't remember what the next episode is gonna be, but if it's her having a hysterectomy, there goes that dream of having another kid. It's not gonna happen.
But she has one, so
Yeah.
I do sympathize with her. She has one though, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately, to
Yeah, in a situation like that, be appreciative because you could have had none.
Yeah, exactly. Or cancer.
But I didn't really feel like, oh my God, because I felt like, okay, if she had cancer, we would have heard about this before the show even came on air.
Yeah.
So it was like all this drama to lead to what?
Yeah, and to rush to the hospital, like, are they gonna do emergency surgery today? Like, well, I don't know. I just thought it was dramatic. Like when she's like, "I got it." They told me it's urgent that I get to the hospital today. But I get it. Like it is scary. I know it's scary because I've had scares like that before, and I can't even think straight until I do. I think in my mind, like in her mind too, it's probably like urgent, like because that's how I would be if I get a call from a doctor. I'm going like it's urgent. I'm dropping everything, even if the doctor didn't say it. He tell me my test came back abnormal, so I'm going. It's emergency. So I guess that
I don't think the doctor said. I think she's saying
it.
And again, it's scary because she had cancer before.
Yeah.
So that's where that fear and urgency comes in. But again, it was a boring episode.
Yes.
Nothing to watch, nothing worth watching.
And then when you see the next episodes, it doesn't seem that interesting either. But I'm just hoping that it reaches like a peak. I'm really interested in seeing how Malaysia and Brandi work it out. But I don't think that's coming because even when they show the next episode, they don't even try to make it seem like they're going to speak or anything. So I don't know. We'll see how things unravel or get resolved.
We'll see. So this is the wrap up. The recap of Basketball Wives. Stay tuned for our next great video on Basketball Wives. Please continue to watch, like, comment, and subscribe. We're hoping to get 100 subscribers so eventually we could go live.
Yes. We almost there. So help us out. We need 22 more subscribers and we will have our 100 subscribers and then we can keep moving along.
Yeah. And share our videos.
And watch them through. Bye.